Hello children, today we are going to start from your grade 7 civic book. Still we are in your third lesson, that is of culture. Okay Putala, now we know how to identify a culture and we know what are the definitions presented on culture and the elements of culture, and we know features common to all cultures, features specific to each culture, and today we have to do reasons for cultural diversity. Now we know Sri Lanka is a multicultural society within a country. There are very differences can be seen within a country. So these are the reasons for cultural diversity. Ethnicity, religion, language, occupation, lifestyle. Okay, let's go to the lesson to learn many more things about under this topic. One culture differs from another culture based on the factors such as ethnicity, religion, language, and occupation. We know about these things. The ability to distinguish one culture from the other based on the above factors is known as cultural identity. Now you know there are many various ethnic groups and religious groups within the country. So they have myths and beliefs also. And here, based on the factors such as ethnicity, religion, language, and occupation, these are the common reasons for the cultural diversity. Okay, these are the common reasons for the cultural diversity. So, above factor is known as cultural identity. This is very important. Underline this point. If they ask in your term test paper to define about the cultural diversity, so you have to write about this. Okay, so it is essential to identify this cultural identity when we live in a multicultural society. So while I'm teaching this lesson, you have to just broaden your mind about the cultural diversity in Sri Lanka. Especially you just think about the religious groups and the ethnic groups in our country. Okay, identifying cultural features and respecting them and not commending them should be of paramount importance in such a society. It will build a strong interrelationship among cultures. It will make a good society and minimize conflicts in the society. Okay, we should respect the others' beliefs, minds, especially others' religions and the ethnic groups also, because otherwise we can't make good interpersonal relationships within the country. Always we have to make a good peaceful society to live in. So that's what we have to respect the others' religions and their minds and beliefs also. Cultural diversity in Sri Lanka. Okay, Sri Lanka is the best example for a multicultural society. Sinhalese, Tamil and Muslim communities have been living in this country with a strong brotherhood for many centuries. We know about this. In addition to that, Burgher and Malay communities have also been living together as Sri Lankan communities. In terms of religions, Buddhist, Hindu, Islam, Christian and Catholic communities live together. Religious coexistence has been well maintained. Most of the religious places have become common sacred places for the people of all religions. For example, Kataragama Devala, Nallur Kovil, Madu Church, Thalavila Saint Church, Adams Peak are some of those sacred places worshipped by all people in common. Okay, we are not caring about the religious minds and beliefs. All devotees are worshipping these places. Okay, devotees of all religions visit these places irrespective of their religious differences. Sinhala, Tamil and English are the main languages in our country. Just think about your school syllabus. Okay, we have to select as our first language and the second language, and there are the people in Sinhala, Tamil and there are some people in English also. So we have to have a good knowledge to maintain these languages. Especially nowadays, we have to have a good knowledge to maintain this language. We have to a good fluent knowledge of these three languages. Okay. It is commonly seen in our school that Sinhalese children speak Tamil and English fluently, While Tamil children speak Sinhala and English fluently, it is a commendable and praiseworthy situation that should be admired. It is also essential to learn, speak and write the languages used in the country in addition to our mother tongue. Okay, because why? Because there's a multicultural society prevails in our country, so we have to identify their desires and all. If we want to share our ideas and all with them, so we have to have a good knowledge about their languages and all. Okay, so thus our society is known as multicultural society because there are different communities, religious groups as well as different languages users. It is essential to work peacefully and cooperatively in such a multicultural society. You all must have a determination to live in such a society peacefully and with harmony. Okay, and here now we are going to learn about the multicultural features in Sri Lanka. Okay, now here you can see here it is divided into 4 parts: communal basics, real Sinhala, Tamil, Muslim, Burgher, Malay and other. Okay, here according to religious basics: Buddhist, Hindu, Islam, Christian, Catholic. According to occupation: farming, government employees, business, self-employment, fishing, other. And here if we take as the according to language: Sinhala, Tamil, English. Okay, now here we are going to learn many more things about this, and here features unique to different religious and ethnic groups. There are different cultural features which are unique to different ethnic and religious groups. Language, religion, patterns of drawing, arts and crafts and education are some of the common features of a culture. If we compare our culture and the Indian culture, there can be seen some similarities because those are Asian countries, and the other one is there are some Hindus, and our country also we can see some Hindus, so we can see some similarities and there can be some diversity also we can see. But if we compare our country Sri Lanka with the foreign country, so the art and crafts and also it seems very huge differences, diversity between the two cultures. So as the conclusion, this is the thing. So each and every cultural there can be seen their variety, own cultural features in each and every culture. So however, those cultural elements can be differ from one ethnic group and the religion to another. For example, there are several religions followed by different ethnic groups such as Sinhala, Tamil and Muslims in Sri Lankan multicultural society. Cultural festivals which belong to each religion can differ in the way they are celebrated. You just think about the Ramadan festival, Sinhala and Tamil New Year festival and Deepavali, and or else if we take with the Christmas also, there's differences, diversity can be seen. Some of the festive occasions related to each religious and ethnic groups are as follows. Okay, now here you can see Sinhala and Tamil New Year, Thai Pongal festival, and here Vesak, and here Catholic festival, Haji festival. Okay, now here Christmas. In addition to these, there are other occasions in which cultural features can be identified. For example, weddings, funerals, weaning ceremony, hair cutting, housewarming ceremony, etc. So customs and rituals followed in those cultural festivals vary from community to community. It can also vary from religion to religion. Okay, so you just think about the weddings of the Sinhala and the Tamil and the Muslims or else Catholic. So those can be seen very differences between each and every weddings. Funerals also, weaning ceremony, hair cutting, housewarming ceremony, it seems a big diversity among them. And here cultural heritages. Every cultural has elements which are identified as cultural heritages. Customs and rituals, art and crafts can be given as examples for cultural heritages. It is a responsibility as well as a duty of all to preserve those cultural heritages and to pass them to a future generations, especially though they are related for Muslim and though they are related for Sinhala or else Tamil or else Burger, but they have to pass their cultural heritage for their future generation. That is must. Protecting the cultural heritages is important for ensuring continuous existence of a culture. We should protect the cultural heritages. Okay, so it helps developing pride about ancient heritages and protecting uniqueness and identity of a culture. Especially religious and ethnic groups have their own identity. It can be protected only if the cultural heritages are preserved and handed over to the future generation. Now we know about that. We have to protect those things for our future generation. People will be trained to respect other cultures, their customs, practices, arts and craft only if they protect their own cultural heritages. Okay, so if we protect our own cultural heritages, by the automatically people trained to respect their cultures, their customs, practices, arts and craft. Okay, so as a good citizens of a multicultural society, respecting and protecting other cultures, their heritages are of paramount importance for the coexistence in the society. That's what I said you already. We have to respect each and every people in the country, and always we have to think we are living in one country and as one nation. Okay, now here there's an activity 3.2. Collect information on some of cultural heritages available in Sri Lankan society. Classify them in terms of ethnicity, religion and languages. Okay, build up a slogan on the importance of safeguarding those heritages. Exhibit in the classroom. Okay, this is very important activity. Try to do, because nowadays you don't have a school because of this pandemic situation, but you have to practice these things at your home and try to do. This will be very important for you because it will be very advantage in your free time. Okay, Putala. These are the steps to safeguard cultural heritages. Each culture has its own cultural heritages. It is the duty and the responsibility of all of us to safeguard those cultural heritages. This will definitely be helpful to preserve the cultural for the future generation. It will also create pride about one's cultural identity. Always we are discussing the same thing again and again. Here, this one also the same thing as we discussed already. We have to respect each and every religion, and we have to protect the cultural heritages for our future generations. As example, shrines, Dagaba and its irrigation system in the Anuradhapura and Polonnaru areas represents the grandeur of Sri Lankan culture. As a citizen, following steps can be taken to safeguard the cultural heritages. Creating awareness among people about the importance of safeguarding cultural heritages. Okay. Refraining from engaging in harmful activities against cultural and preventing those who harm it. Whenever one destroys the cultural heritages, the relevant institution should be informed. As the example, institutions such as Police Department of Cultural Affairs, Department of Archaeology. Okay, these places are very important. Now, if we want to protect our cultural heritages, we have to take some steps to protect them. Okay, so first of all, we have to create some awareness among the people about the importance. So why do we need to protect these things? We have to give some emotional conditions of them. Otherwise, then only we will try to protect them. And refraining from engaging in harmful activities against the cultural and preventing who those harm it. Okay, always we have to have a good impression about our cultural heritages, and then only it will show the path. Okay, so there's an activity. Write a short essay on the importance of safeguarding cultural heritages and exhibit it in a wallpaper. Okay, now here Galvihara statue. Now here Moonstone, Lotus Pond, Parakrama Samudraya, Samadhi statue, Sri Khataragama temple, Madu church, Devatagaha masjid, Jaffna Nandur Kovil. It is the responsibility of every citizen to protect cultural elements of each culture. By doing that, we can easily pass down the existing culture to future generations. It will also create pride and esteem in them. For example, temples, stupas, tanks, irrigation and other cultural elements expose the pride of Sri Lankan culture to the world. Okay, always we have to protect the other cultural heritages too, because the thing is, then only as Sri Lankans we can now show our pride to the world. We all have a legal as well as moral bound. Always we have to strengthen our moral bound to protect these things. Always we can't go for a legal bound, okay, because moral bound is very stronger than the legal bound, because our moral is always try to protect the cultural heritages. To safeguard cultural heritages, this desire should involve in our mind naturally and with our deliberate effort. We must determine to protect cultural heritages, archaeological as well as for their physical value, without destroying them for our personal benefits. Different rules and regulations have been enacted to protect them, mainly due to their archaeological importance. You may have seen in newspapers, televisions, and in other media the instances where people have destroyed these valuable cultural heritages for their temporary benefits. People destroying these valuable cultural heritages as their temporary benefits. That means their personal benefits. It is not good, and it is our duty and responsibility to raise a voice against such people. That's our right. Okay, so through those actions we can legally interfere for safeguarding cultural heritages. Many cultural heritages have been accepted as world heritages. Now you know what are world heritages of our country. Unless they are protected, the future generation will lose them. We have to protect them. We all are morally bound to safeguard cultural heritages, legal bond as well as moral bond. As I told you already, moral bond is very stronger than the legal bond, because this always give a hint to our mind to protect these things. So these are essentially important. You have the right to raise voice against the destruction of cultural heritages which reveal our identity to the world. It is morality based responsibility. Now we discuss many more things about the culture and how to protect our culture. We discuss many more things. Okay, Putala, next day I hope to come with the new topic of transmitting culture through the family. Okay, see you soon.